Guess where we are? Cracker Barrel.
Another great breakfast. Love those biscuits.
All right, so here's the plan. And here's what's going on. The weather is going to start getting cold again here in Texas. Cold front coming through here in about, today is Sunday, starting Tuesday. Tuesday, Wednesday, and Thursday. And the biggest worry is Wednesday, where we were at here in that campground, Medina Lake. Basically, pretty much everywhere, except for if we go way down to the tip of Texas again, or over by Corpus Christi, it's a little warmer in those areas. So here's the problem. It was going to get down to, well, it originally said 18 degrees, and today we looked again and it was like 20.
For a low on Wednesday.
A low on Wednesday. So this can handle it, but our timberline heater went bad 2 nights ago. We were laying in back, getting ready for bed, and all of a sudden, hearing this loud thump, 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 click.
And it was on the diesel option because we weren't plugged in. We were boondocking.
The pump fried on it, and I called Timberline, told him about it, and he confirmed that the pump quit.
Follow the road into the sky. Never let adventures pass you by. Be free and follow your crazy dreams. We're living our vision in the RV. Come ride with us and you'll be free.
We have the heater on the GRE AC unit. And the good thing about it, with the heat pump, it has a heat pump. Our Dometic did not have a heat pump.
Right.
The good thing about this one is it runs at a little lower temperature in cold weather. It can go down to about 30 degrees, where a lot of them don't perform well after 40, and the coils could freeze up. But when we're talking 18, 20 degree weather, that's not going to work.
Right, that's too low.
And we don't want to let the engine run all night because we have this heat too. That's a good thing, is you have 3 different options in case of an emergency. If it was an emergency and we absolutely had, just a freak just happened out of nowhere and didn't know the weather was going to be that cold, we would start the engine up and turn the heater on, because the heater on this, the engine itself on the chassis here, it will definitely heat this whole thing up and
but we don't want to run it
cook
for
you out
hours on end overnight and everything. So
yeah, we just don't want to do that. We just figured it'd be best just to drive back over to the Corpus Christi area.
And it's supposed to be a little warmer there. For the lows for the 3 days we're talking, so far it's not supposed to get below 30. Like the Wednesday, the worst day.
Yeah.
We're hoping that doesn't change and get worse, but
yeah, it's starting to get a little better for the days we've noticed since we first checked the temperatures. So hopefully that continues a little more, but we'll be all right. And then we could go over to the just cross over to the island of Port Aransas, and it's actually even warmer over there. And we still got the sticker for the beach camping on here, so we can actually use that if we need to also, we still have the heat pump, which we can use even if we did beach camping. We can run it off the batteries, and we can run that all night easy, which we did last night.
We did
here. It was
41.
41. I was
40 or 41, something like that.
And the batteries, did you check them yet?
This morning at 8, it was like 77.
Yeah, and when we got here last night, the batteries were at 99%. Yeah. They were almost charged fully. So, but that's the plan.
74% where they're at right now, but
we're just gonna play it safe, especially when you're getting down to the really cold temps like that. We don't want to take any chances. We do have tank heaters on this, so we don't have to worry about that. Everything seems to be really well insulated, which we know it is because we went on the factory tour and we saw how well these are insulated. And I remember when we went back to Iowa 2 or 3 years ago, it might have been 2 years ago, we were in 20 degree temps, and all we did was put the RV antifreeze in the macerator pump, and we were good. Nothing, no problems.
Right. The thing without having the Timberline heating, since that's on the base, the floor, so the floor gets cold. even though you're using your ceiling heat pump,
Yeah.
the floor gets cold.
Oh, we
My
can't
feet
have
are always
that.
cold.
We can't have that.
Yeah.
Not even
But-
one night.
But Brian got us reservations at a campground in Corpus Christi for the week. We canceled our last week at Medina Lake to have this week over there at Corpus Christi, and then probably we'll be going back to Medina Lake while we figure out how to get the timberline fixed.
Yeah, with our membership with 1,000 Trails, we can be in there 21 days, and then we have to go out of that park for 7 days before we can go back to that same park. We can go to another 1,000 Trails right after one and just keep going, but not at the same park. So that's why we canceled it. We could have just left it and left, but we need to cancel it for 2 reasons. 1, so that another 1,000 Trails member can make a reservation, and 2, because we have to be out those 7 days. We canceled it, and then just in time, actually, then made the reservation for next week at the same time, and put a reservation in again, and that's when Gretch is going to have somebody replace that pump.
That's the plan. It depends on if they can get the part, and
Yep.
we'll see.
I'm pretty sure we can get the part, because I already talked to Timberline, and he said, just let me know if I need to ship a pump to you.
Okay.
So we're good there.
Well, we have about a 2-hour drive.
Right now we're on the northeast corner of San Antonio. So from here, it's only a 2-hour and 10 minutes, something like that, drive.
To the campground on the eastern edge of Corpus Christi.
I know, it's boring, sorry.
Yes. Chatter, chatter, chatter.
All right, well, we were going to drive last night all the way, but it got dark by the time we figured out what our plans was going to be for sure, so we decided just to stay here and do our driving in the daylight. Y'all,
Oh,
what?
you were up on blocks.
That's right, I had to put one block down. We were a little bit unlevel from side to side. All right. Y'all ready to go? Give me a minute. We forgot to mention that another option that we could have done, or if you're ever in this situation, is go to Walmart and get a small space heater, something that would heat a small space like this. But that's something else that we didn't want to do. One, and we really don't want to just go buy it and use it and go return it, because we don't have room to store that in here. Space heater, we're pretty much don't have any extra space. I just got this thing about space heaters too. We've used them in the past, but they always made us both nervous about starting a fire.
Yeah.
Well, this is an older park, but it's very well maintained. We went ahead and checked out the restrooms, the showers. They're all individual. It's one door that goes in. They're all unisex rooms, so they all have their own sink also, and each one is private, so that makes it really nice. I know Michelle really liked that. Then the laundry room. The lady said quarters only, but it does take range pay on most of the machines. There are some that do take quarters only. You can do $60 a night or $300 for a weekly rate. Even though we're going to leave on Friday, it was cheaper to go ahead and reserve it for the weekly rate. And, well, same price, actually. And that way, if something happened and we needed to stay here, we already have it reserved. But we can go ahead and leave early if we need to. What did you think of the restrooms?
Oh, they're not bad at all. Just a little on the older side, but they're clean and they're private. You each have your, you have your own stall with a door and a lock, so that always helps.
We're going to leave Corpus Christi this morning. The weather is starting to warm back up, and we're going to head back over west of San Antonio and get our heater fixed. Gretch got a part shipped, and we're going to go to the McLean's RV over in Kerrville, Texas, and we will head on our way. Oh, the showers here, as you can see, they're unisex, and so you got each one has its own private room. Even when we did have a shower, like in our motorhome, a lot of times I would just run over and use the shower house anyway. It's for one, Michelle's using the restroom. It was just quicker to do that, and two, for some reason, it made me I don't know. It was kind of that feeling that you feel like you're on a vacation, which we kind of are, constant vacation, but going to use a different shower house at different places that we go to, it was kind of like that hotel sort of feeling. But shower houses aren't always near as nice as a hotel. Sometimes. All right, this is where I gotta let you go. All right. Well, we're going to get our tanks emptied and fill up the fresh tank and head out. I think today what I'm going to do is I'm going to empty the black tank, and I'm going to put about 30% fresh water in the black tank. And while we've got this 2-hour drive, I'm going to let that slosh around in, it sounds gross, doesn't it? I'm sorry. Slosh around in that black tank just to kind of help clean out the black tank. Try to do that every so often. I think that helps. And then when we get to the campground later this evening, I'll empty the black tank again, and that should help keep it clean. Honey, I'm home. I'd stay at this RV park again, even though it's an older park. It's well kept, nice concrete pads for your RVs, and shower house was a little outdated, but it was still clean and nice.
Private bathrooms.
Private, yeah, that was huge. But luckily, we've been able to use the heat off of our the heat pump on the AC, since the temps have been not much lower than 30 degrees. The heat pump has worked fine. Some heat pumps, if you're not familiar with a heat pump on an air conditioner, many of them don't work well once it gets under 40 degrees, but the Gree AC on this that Gretch uses on these, it works still down to 30 degrees and actually a little below. We were at 29 one night, I think, the coldest night here, and it still worked and heated this place up just fine. And but where we were, it got down to 18 degrees, which is why we left there. So now we're going to go back west of San Antonio, and then Tuesday we're going to take this in and get that fixed. 99% sure it's the pump on the timberline. So she's slapping her shoes on her feet, and then we're going to go.
I don't think they need a play-by-play.
Play-by-play right here. Tune in every week, and we'll give you the play-by-play. You won't miss a thing. See what she has to put up with?
Yeah.
But first, we are going to meet some friends, Billy and Cindy. We haven't seen them for a while. We're going to meet them in San Antonio for lunch. So we're excited about that.
Yep.
And that's why we're not going to have breakfast this morning, because we got to get going. We got a 2-hour and 11-minute drive. If we ate breakfast now,
Well, it really
we wouldn't be
brunch.
hungry for lunch.
Technically would be brunch.
Yes. All right. We're ready to go? You guys ready to go?
They are. They say, shut up and let's go.
Although we didn't have extra time to explore the area, we really enjoyed our stay at this campground, and we both agreed it was well worth the trip for the warmer temps while the cold front passed. This heater mishap gave us the chance to share not just the occasional challenges of life on the road, but also the importance of finding the positive in every situation. Whether you travel part-time, full-time, seasonally, or stay rooted in one place, life has its ups and downs. So stay optimistic and always keep your cup half full.
It's you.
Hola.
Yep. That's a good look. That's a good look.
You put a hat on. Let me take a video of you with a hat. Now that's more like it. You're taking Mardi Gras to a new level here. Do we get to see anything or?
Morning.
Can anybody guess where we're at?
Let's see. Where do we usually overnight?
Well, multiple different places, but this is kind of an unusual day for us. We ended up going inside to we got up early because we have our appointment this morning for McLean's RV in Kerrville here, and we got up early to go inside Cracker Barrel and get our coffee and a little bit of breakfast. Well, here we go. We're gonna go get that timberline fixed. What's that?
Hopefully the appointment won't last that long.
I know. Hopefully it goes well. Are you gonna come with me?
Yep.
What are you waiting on?
We have to take our vitamins.
Oh. All taken care of. Oh.
Heat's on.
Yeah. I'd go ahead and turn the heat off. I think it's been on long enough.
Yeah.
They had the heat on. They told us that they did test it and let it run, make sure it wasn't going to get the error code. We kind of lucked out. The part did not come, but they happened to have a part
In stock.
Yeah.
That
they didn't realize they had. It was meant to be.
It was. So bam, bam, like about an hour later, that was it.
They got us in and out of here pretty quick.
Yeah.
Very, what we heard seems to be correct. They,
Very
was very
nice.
impressed.
Here. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
If you ever need an RV, we would definitely recommend McLean's. Regardless, it sounds like it's regardless of where they're at, if they're in Fort Worth or here in Kerrville. All right, well, it's time for Michelle and I to go find a parking lot somewhere to work.
Finish working.
I have to go back to Cracker Barrel's parking lot, and then we'll start our journey this evening. Stay tuned. We're about to see something really cool, and we're really excited.
Let's celebrate. Call it a day and celebrate. Let's celebrate. Call it a day.
Don't forget to subscribe to our channel, click that little bell, and hit that thumbs up. See you next week.